Propertylimbrothers today is bringing you to a very unique 2-bedroom, especially if you are looking for something that's below the quantum of $1.85 million and you want a very sizable unit with a very decent PSF. We're heading on to a 2-bedroom that is right on the pool deck itself, so let's go. Alright, so now we're heading into the unit. Now, as you can see, the pool deck is just right here on level 6. This is a 2-bedroom that is located on the pool deck itself. And in Mill Point, this project comprises of 1 and 2 bedders and of course, some of the huge units which are the penthouses. Predominantly, I would say that about 40+% will be for the 2 bedders, 40+% will be for the 1 bedder. Now, this project was completed in the year 2004, so right now it's about 17 years old, 999 years leasehold development, which is as good as freehold in Singapore, and there are only 4 patio units available here. As you can see, this is one of it. Your neighbor's unit is also a patio one. Of course, the other 2 patio units are located on the other tower. Made out of 2 towers, level 1 to level 5. These are the multi-story car parks. You have ample visitor lots on level 1. Security is 24 hours, and of course, your facilities in terms of a lap pool, your gym, plus the jacuzzi area is all located on this deck itself, which gives you this very interesting patio space that you have. You can overlook towards your pool deck right here, and of course that means that if you want to laze around at the sun decks over the weekends, your kids want to head out to have a swim at the kids pool or the main pool, you can actually see them from here, and this just gives you that kind of resort feel that you might be looking at. Now, something that's very interesting with Mill Point is that this is located at the entire circumference of the Great World City Mall. As we all know, Great World City has just undergone a revamp just a couple of years back, and right now this mall itself is fantastic, and I would say that a lot of people are looking forward to the upcoming MRT station, which is the Great World City MRT, and this links towards the MRT interchange at Orchard MRT. So buying something that is around the circumference of Great World City not only allows you to enjoy 2 huge malls, one is Great World City, one is Orchard Ion, plus the entire shopping bar at Orchard. It also gives you the opportunity to buy something in the Orchard Pristine, and at the same time you don't have to pay for the premium pricing, which is of course in the upscale Orchard area, because this is actually considered 1 station away from Orchard MRT, and there's a sweet spot going on right now in Mill Point, which I'll share with you later in the pricing analysis portion. If you've seen a lot of our home tours, layout changes in Singapore has changed over a period of 10 years each. Of course, in the 1990s era, you have very huge 2-bedroom sizes, which are predominantly about 1,001 to 1,003 square feet, especially for Orchard area. This project was completed in 2004. That era is already starting to modernize in terms of layout sizes, and of course, there's an introduction of the home shelter. So this project was actually in the 2000s era, but this era still gives you a very sizable layout. This is 1,012 square feet. There's a difference between the typical layout upstairs, which is about 915. So the difference is about 90 odd square feet, which gives you this extra patio space that is very rare in the entire development because there's only 4 of them. But if you were to have a look at what happens in the moment you head in, you have a nice foyer zone right here, which is not too huge. But what we love about the early 2000 era's layout is that the hall size and the dining is extremely sizable and generous. You have a dedicated dining space right here. Right at this corner, this is the home shelter zone, which is currently being converted into a study area. So of course, the owners have done up this nice sliding glass panel, which is a mirror wall as well. So you have a nice dedicated dining zone, which can go up to about 6-seater easily. The kitchen is pretty interesting because it's built in the center portion of the dining and the hall, which gives you this kind of triangular layout, because from the center part of the kitchen, you can see your dining space, you can see your living space. There's this nice L-shaped glass panel, of course with a sliding panel door, and kitchen is a sizable rectangular space. So the washing bay is located right here with very ample kitchen cabinetry right at the top and the bottom. So oven is already done, 4-burner system together with this L-shaped countertop. Fridge space is located nicely here, together with a very smart laundry storage which can house your washer cum dryer stacking on top of each other. So we like the fact that this kitchen is nicely placed in terms of the floor plan layout, and at the same time is very functional in terms of usability. Now if you come to the living room space, now this living room has this very nice L-shaped full glass panel window. We love the fact that it's a very modern kind of layout. You get a full glass panel, but you can still close down the blinds if you want a little bit more privacy. So if you notice, you have a very nicely dedicated living room space for entertainment, and that does not compromise in your dining space, because nowadays, as we all know, that the latest kind of sizing in terms of 2-bedroom is already inching at about perhaps the 600 plus or 700 kind of square feet. Usually the dining space and living room space are merging together, so it's very hard to get this very nice size hall. Alright, so before I show the bedrooms, let's chat a little bit about what is happening in terms of the quantum price and per square foot pricing around the circumference of Great World City Mall. Now, if you do have a look at this project, which is right beside Mill Point, this is called Zenith. Zenith is also triple nines in terms of the lease. This is completed in the year 2011. Right now, for 2-bedders, going at about 1.8 mil. Pretty similar to what is happening in Mill Point. Mill Point, for this unit, this is 1012 square feet, asking 1,798 per square foot. In total quantum, that is at $1.82 million negotiable. If I were to head over to another project which is right beside Mill Point, it will be this project called Melrose Park, and you can see this project from our common bedroom right here. Melrose Park, there are no 2-bedders available. If you look at Valley Park, that project was completed in 1997. Right now, the 2-bedders over there, they're going at about $2 to $2.2 million, also aging towards the $2,000 per square foot. So if I were to head to the other project, which is around Great World, that is Tiara. Right now, they're asking at about $2,092 per square foot. And the moment we cross over to the other side, which is the River Valley portion, in terms of PSF, they will immediately shoot past the $2,000 over per square foot. If you want to get something that is around the circumference of Great World, in summary, it's very hard to get something that is below 1.85 million. That will leave you the choice between just Zenith and Mill Point. You can still get this unit below $1,800 per square foot at 1.82 million. So in terms of quantum and in terms of PSF and in terms of size itself, put them in a triangle, you will see that it hits the sweet spot of buying something that is around the Orchard Pristine, but at the same time you enjoy these 3 great benefits. So one last point before we head into the bedrooms is that right now, in terms of new launch pricing across the different region in OCR, RCR and CCR, CCR is already doing at about $2,500 to $3,500 per square foot for the 99s and freehold launches. RCR is already at about $1,700 to $2,000 PSF. OCR is already at about $1,400 all the way to $1,700 per square foot. So right now, you're buying something in the CCR zone, $1,798 PSF. I think it's a very safe entry price and benchmark price for you. So let's have a look at the master. This master room is extremely huge. This is all the extra space that you get because you get a sunken-in wardrobe space tucked inside the wall line. You can fit in a king bed right here. This is the queen. And of course, you have this very high window ledge right here for you to put in your books and some of your decorative items. You also have a full height panel window here. And we love the fact that this is not overlooking towards another neighbor because this is a wall line right here. And nice dressing table. Of course, this unit, if you want to spruce up the unit, do some interior renovation, we have some nice visualization image for you to do up. There's a lot of potential to renovate, especially when you have a very good sizable layout. Ensuite is not compromised in terms of size. This is a great size ensuite bathroom with marble flooring and marble wall tiles. Separate standing shower and bathtub zone is right here. Now you'll notice that before you head on to your bedroom portion, there's a nice separation zone between the living dining with this part of the bedroom portion. And I think this layout is great because by placing this layout, it essentially gives you views from different angles. So you have views of that side towards the northeast area. You also have views on the north side, and of course you have views on the south side as well. So technically this unit is a single loading kind of fashion. You have 2 main different facings, and that's going to give you a lot of cross ventilation. Now before you head on to the common bedroom, you have a DB box right here, and there are some storage space also. And this is on top of your home shelter storage space. Common bathroom is great in size also. Common bedroom Right now we're putting in a single bed. You can fit up to a queen bed all the way to the wall. 2-door panel wardrobe right here. Ceiling height, this is close to about 3 meters, so very sizable. Very nice size window that's from wall to wall. This gives you a lot of brightness, and that is the skyline towards the Nathan Jervois area. The moment you walk out, you'll feel that you're buying a 2-bedroom that is very decent in size. It is not very compact. You can feel the space. Very suitable for a small family. Very suitable for a single person as well. And most importantly, it's very hard to get a patio unit that is not on level 1 because this is on level 6. Last but not least, in terms of the amenities right here, if you have school-going kids, that'll be River Valley Primary School. Of course, a couple of good schools also towards the Tiong Bahru region. I think in years to come, in about 5 to 8 years, you're going to see very good appreciation happening, in my own opinion, because as prices across the OCR and RCR zone are increasing, definitely buying something that is triple nice in nature right here is a very safe benchmark for you to enter. And of course, if you want to have a look at this place, do contact our listing manager for a physical viewing. The link is right down below. And once again, my name is Melvin Lim, Propertylimbrothers. As always, happy to show you the place. Hey, what else? Amenities. Amenities. Schools. We can have a look. Is that Avenue? The Avenue.